Good afternoon. Welcome to another quiet Saturday afternoon at the church. This time it's sunny, but it's still a little bit cold. I hope that all of you are having a safe, healthy, and happy day today. I come to you. You can see behind me that we are all ready for Palm Sunday. The palms are out, and we will have a wonderful service tomorrow. There's a little surprise at the beginning of it, quite a joy that I hope you enjoy. As always, things are changing quickly, so things are going to be a little bit different with this service and services going forward, but we'll talk about that more tomorrow. I want to alert you to some of our prayer concerns that we have and some of our joys that we are experiencing as a church family. First off, of course, I want to lift up all of those who are impacted by the coronavirus. And for the most part, we think of those people as people who are directly impacted, those who are sick or those who have had family members who have died, those who are inconvenienced in many ways. But we also, there are events that were planned weeks in advance, sometimes months and years in advance, that have been canceled that are impacting people's lives too. There are weddings and there are birthday parties and all of those, and we are learning how to celebrate those. But there are some events that just get canceled and don't come back. For instance, all of those who would have graduated from state FFA this past week and weren't able to. I know that this includes Linda's granddaughter, Kaylee, and many others, but those who would have been a part of that joyous event and weren't able to. So let us keep those in mind. We also come with the deep sadness as we lift up the Soller family. I think many of you have probably heard that Bev and Don's great-grandson Gage was involved in an accidental shooting on Friday night. The family tells me today that he has been pronounced brain dead and will be removed from life support soon. So let us lift up the entire Soller family on this tragic death. We also continue to lift up Luke Dalrymple and the Dalrymple family. Luke is actually doing very well, but he may have to have additional surgery. He actually may have to have more than one additional surgery. He may have to have a surgery to make it easier for him to eat and putting in a permanent way of feeding him. And he may also have to have more scar tissue removed from his throat eventually. So please keep the Dalrymple family in your prayers. We continue also to lift up Jan and the Rickardson family. Jan's doing pretty well. She's experiencing some pain, which is difficult for her, but she's hanging in there and doing well. But let us keep her in our prayers as well, along with Alan Dopp and his family and Tony Gonzalez as he recovers from his broken arm. We also come with joys. Jocelyn and Natalie Kennicott celebrated their 20th birthday yesterday. Fatima Venegas, or today, Fatima Venegas had a birthday on Friday, and Caitlin Clark's birthday is on Wednesday. Jim and Barb Franzen have celebrated or will celebrate their anniversary on Thursday. So for all of those celebrations, we give thanks and we joyfully lift these people up as they celebrate these momentous events. Now, we do have announcements as well. I told you last week about the blood drive at American Lutheran Church. It will be held on the 6th, on Monday, and they are not going to have the usual fare there. They won't have the soup and sandwiches, but they will have snack bags available, and your temperature would be taken at the door. If you're feeling very well, if you know that you're feeling well and you have the ability to give blood, I encourage you to go and do so. Blood is very much needed. Donations are down because of the coronavirus. So if you are healthy and you can give blood, please do so. I also was wondering because I have had the joy of seeing a bunch of you this week. Not everyone. I would love to see all of you, but I've seen some of you. But I'm catching up with a few of you and wondering how you are passing your time during this period of social distancing. And was wondering if you are willing, if you would share some pictures of what you're doing during this time. I would love to see some pictures of you. And if you don't mind, and let me know if you don't mind, we'll put them on the Facebook page, just so that we can share with each other how we are getting through this social distancing stuff. Now, Holy Week is obviously starting tomorrow. We have our palms. And as it stands now, we are still planning, Jill and I are still planning on doing all of our Holy Week services. So we are still planning on recording on Monday, Thursday, Good Friday, and 2 Easter services. And as I told you last week, we're going to celebrate communion on Monday, Thursday. And this is going to require a little bit more of you. So this is what you need to do. The service is going to go just like a normal communion service would, and towards the end of the service, we will be celebrating the Lord's Supper. You will hear the familiar words of institution, the words of invitation. What you need to have ready is the bread and the wine, bread and juice, whatever your choice. But have those ready so that when the words of institution are read and we invite everyone to partake, that we will all partake together as a church family. You don't need a special kind of bread. All you need is whatever ordinary bread you have on hand, even if that is just crackers. That is just fine. Same goes for the juice. If you don't have grape juice, that's just fine. If you don't have wine or you don't like wine, that's fine. If you have orange juice, that will work. If you have water, that will work also. So whatever you have. The idea here, of course, is that together we are going to share the body of Christ on this holy night when he celebrated his Lord's Supper with his disciples. And we are going to do the same on this Thursday night. So feel free to join us. If you have any questions about this, please contact me and I will be happy to answer them. And I will be sharing more information about that as we go along. Now, a couple things that I want to remind you of. The first is, hello, do you remember these? Used to get these when we were meeting together. This is for our One Great Hour of Sharing effort. Never has it been more important to give to One Great Hour of Sharing. One Great Hour of Sharing is helping people throughout this country and throughout the world with the coronavirus. So if you have, I know there's a lot of uncertainty, but if you have the ability to give to this effort, I encourage you to do so. And you can send in your donation just like you can send in your regular pledges, and please keep doing that. So many of you stopped in and delivered them, but you can also mail them in. I know that with community spread, it is getting a little more anxious around here in terms of us getting out. And if you just want to stay home, that's fine. You can mail this. You can mail it to First Presbyterian Church, P.O. Box 194, Gothenburg, Nebraska. You know the rest. Anyway, if you have donations to One Great Hour of Sharing, or if you just want to give a pledge to the church, I encourage you to do so. I thank everyone for their support. It is wonderful to have it. And so I give thanks for all of you every single day. I pray for you. I lift you up. I pray that you are healthy. I pray that everyone that you love is healthy, and I pray that we all stay that way. And I also know that God is in this with us throughout this troubled time. So blessings on this Saturday, blessings on our Palm Sunday together tomorrow morning, and we'll see you again soon.